Alright, welcome back everybody. This is Xltactical and thank you guys for joining me on another video. As you guys can see from the title of this one, we are talking about budget or cheap optics versus other options that are out there. We're not talking about the top tier, anything like Trijicon, because I personally, don't find my reason to pay that much for optics, not at this point yet. I do spend a good amount of money on optics, just I can't reason with that where an optic is going to cost me more than the firearm that I'm putting it on. But we're going to be talking a little bit about, budget versus non so budget optics. Is there a difference? Should you be staying away from one versus the other? I'm not here to be telling you yes or no. I'm here to give you the options, give you my honest opinion, and tell you why I may or may not use them, or what is even the difference. If you've already subscribed, thank you guys very much. If you haven't, please consider it. And if any of this information is useful, smash that like button. But let's jump right into it. So first off, we're going to talk about, handguns, right? There's a lot of optic ready firearms that are out there. For this particular one, we're going to be using the Ruger Max 9 and the Hellcat, the Springfield Hellcat. Both of these are chambered in 9mm and they have been empty. They are clear and we have no ammo nearby. So we are dealing with safe firearms in a safe environment. So for reference, both of these have the same footprint. This is the Shield RMS footprint, which is the micro red dot. I'm not gonna get into too much explanation of that. If you wanna do so and wanna check that out, go up here and you'll check a video for that. But I have two optics on here. This is the Crimson Trace 1500 and this is the Holosun 507K2. Here's the box for the Holosun. You guys can take a look at it. I'm not gonna, but you can pause it there and kind of see what those things are that this comes with. And the Crimson Trace is right there, and I'm gonna put that information right there as well. You guys want to pause it and so on and so forth. So first off, let's get the main thing out of the question. So what's the price difference? This, at the point when I bought it, when it was first coming out, I did have to pay a little bit of a premium for this. This was actually, they had it on sale for $345, which is way too much. I ended up paying a little bit less than $300 for it, so I got a significant deal for it. And the Crimson Trace, I think MSRPs for around 180. I ended up getting it for like 130, 140, but I think that's more or less the price that it goes to. Big difference, all right? One, for this particular one that we're talking about, the housing is aluminum. It's very hard, very sturdy, and it's been proven to kind of last pretty well. This whole housing for the Crimson Trace is polymer, it's plastic. Why the big difference in price? I'll tell you a couple things that separate it apart. Glass clarity, the Holosun does have a little bit better glass clarity. They both have a little bit of hue of blue on both sides when you're looking at it from this side. The dot wise, I'm not even gonna compare it too much because this is just a regular 3 MOA dot, while this one has a 3 MOA dot and it has a 32 circle reticle. It has 3 options that it can change. So that is one thing why these cost a little bit more. Why this one costs a little bit more than this one. To change out the battery for these, this one you have to take off the whole optic, and the battery component is on the bottom. For the Holosun on here, you have a little tray that comes out here, you pull that out, and the battery is removed from the side. So that means you don't have to tamper with the zero too much. So that is an option why this could possibly be a little bit more expensive than that. This one does have brightness settings that you can control, and it even has night shooting settings as well. While this one has sensor settings, so we don't have an actual external setting for the lights. For the brightness and darkness of the dot, it just adjusts according to the light that you're surrounding from. While this one, you can kind of change it to your liking, or it can kind of do the same thing. Both of these do have a little cutout for a rear sight, which I think is a plus, but considering the significant price difference on it. The other part is they're adjustable, and the adjustability is really nice, very simple, and it kind of stays locked in once you put it in. So is this inferior to this? In some options, yes, it's polymer. You know, when we're dealing with firearms and rounds and some kind of explosion around here, this can get more damage. It can take more damage easily, and it can itself get banged up pretty fast. Now, the other part of it is the lens here on this one is polymer, if I'm not too mistaken, on this one. While on this, we're actually talking about glass. Is there a big difference? When it comes to reticles, yes. When it comes to use, not really. It follows the same footprint. Again, if you're buying a firearm similar to this, it's $300-400, are you gonna put an optic that costs more than the gun? I don't know. That's what you have to decide. Part of what is reasonable on this is that I've had countless shots through this and it's held zero. It hasn't had any issues. I don't have as many shots through this one, but I haven't had to reset my zero so far. So I think that's a great design. The battery life is superior on the more higher end one than the less expensive one. But overall, again, they do a lot of the same things. Now, it's really goes into the end user. What are you looking for? What are you gonna be doing? What kind of shooting are you gonna be doing? And what features do you want it to check off of your bucket list? If there's not much that you need to do, then this would be fine. But if you want something a little bit more sturdy, something a little bit more reliable, Holosun has been a little bit more proven. Crimson Trace is getting into the red dot market. They're bringing out a whole bunch of new lines. So I think if it's affordable, I think it's a great option to kind of wait through and see. Obviously, they're going to have bumps in the road, but if they get past that and they bring a great product to the consumer, they're going to be putting a good jump on that whole market. What are you paying for difference? A little bit of the marketing is a little different. A bigger name brand that goes with it. Crimson Trace is an American brand. Holosun is not. Made in China. I think this one is made here. I'm not 100%. You can get down in the comments and prove me otherwise, but I do think it is made here. Again, both brands are pretty good and pretty reliable as far as that. So those are the I think the features or the pros that each of those can have and not have. I think for me, on both of these firearms, they fit different needs. So I love the Crimson Trace on this particular firearm, and I wouldn't change this on this particular firearm for that. Would I go back different? No. There's another one that I kind of have, which came on one of my firearms. It's the Romeo Zero, and that's actually made by SIG. I kind of thought, oh, SIG, that's a name brand. But I haven't been really 100% comfortable with that red dot, but this is not for this video. So if you found this video okay, please like it and share it, and go follow me on all those things. If you do go follow me, please hit a comment, hit me in the DM, do any of those things. Hey, I did do that, I did do this. We got to 3,000 because of you. I want to make sure that we can continue to grow this more and more. I'm sure that the better I get at this stuff, the easier it's going to be and the more fun you're going to have watching these videos. But until next time, thank you guys very much, and I'll see you guys later.